Professional development. As an education student, we all know that professional development is a huge component of being a lifelong learner and lifelong teacher. So this week on EduLife, we have brought in Alexandra Candler, who is the Vice President of the Education Students Association, to talk about some awesome PD opportunities. Hey everyone, welcome to EduLife. This week we have the lovely Alexandra Candler. She's the Vice President of the Education Students Association, and today we're going to be talking about professional development. And as you know, professional development is very important and is a huge component as an education student as well as being a lifelong teacher. So we have Alexandra today to talk to us about professional development. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. And Alexandra, just as a refresher, for those of you who didn't watch EduLife 2 weeks ago, what is the ESA?
The ESA is the student group that represents students in the Faculty of Education.
And tying into professional development, how does ESA play into professional development?
ESA for the ESA members runs monthly PD sessions, and this week we actually have a whole bunch since it is Education Week, and there's a number of PD sessions ranging from classroom management to engaging students in the classroom. Last night we had our engaging students in the classroom PD, and it was really great. I learned a lot of practical tips for the classroom and things that I'll use in my APT and onwards. And another great thing about the professional development sessions that the ESA runs is you get a certificate at the end, and that is great for your resume, for your portfolio, whatever use you have for it.
And speaking of portfolios, and I'm an APT student, where Teachers Convention is coming up. Could you talk a little bit about how to get the lanyards for that? I know a lot of students were a little bit confused on that process.
For sure. Okay, so the lanyards will be distributed the week of January 27th. To pick up your lanyard, you need an ESA membership, your one card, and your ATA card. You have to make sure your ATA card is signed. Without those three pieces, the one card, the ATA card, and the ESA card, you cannot pick up your lanyard. It is the same lanyard no matter where you're placed. And we will be distributing the lanyards again the week of the 27th. If you have your ESA membership already with your ATA card, you will be able to pick up your lanyard right away. If you do not have your ESA membership, you're going to have to wait in line to buy your ESA membership, and then you're going to have to wait in line to pick up your lanyard. So I highly recommend getting your ESA membership prior to picking up your lanyard, just to save time.
And how much is the ESA membership, just for those of you who don't know how much it is?
It is $10.
And where should we go to buy ESA membership, to get the ATA membership, then to get the lanyard?
The ESA is located in the basement, B28.
And what are your hours for the ESA?
Our hours are from 10 till 4.
10 to 4.
Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday, 10 to 4. So you heard it, 10 to 4 to pick up your lanyards for APT and field experience students. Well, Alexandra, thank you so much. I'm definitely going to check out Education Week. You should all too. It's amazing.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been great too.
Thank you so much.